Samba history and Samba culture show us how much more we should appreciate of those dance traditions from Brazil. Slaves, the slaves in the 18th and 19th century in Salvador, for instance, used their drums to call out to their gods, their orishas, and those gods represented anything from sexuality, fertility, to justice. These drum sequences evolved and became something adapted within jazz in the 1920s, and it took the name of samba. And in the 1920s, remember, one has to realize that there was a lot of poverty in a lot of Brazilian cities such as Rio, and there still is. In the midst of the carnival and the passion and the beautiful feathers and the millions of dollars they spend on every float, there is a great misery which is longing to be released via carnival and via dance. I really adore samba because it is such a powerful piece of identity for mankind in its resilience and its beautiful texture. I love the colors painted by steps, and I love the fact that those steps are so full of energy and so full of beauty and poetry, as well as the most heroic strength you can possibly find in mankind's history. If you look at the steps and analyze them, or if you look at my samba analysis video, you might understand what I mean, or at least partially. As I was talking about the poverty and the favelas earlier, there is also, incidentally, a video on my channel about the City of Gods movie, which is full of raw edges and raw reality checks about how people actually live and how in Brazil the children handle machine guns in those favelas. Not all of them, but some of them, and it's absolutely horrifying. Samba, of course, carnival and samba have this electrifying potential of lifting people from the ground. Really, they are massacred by poverty and prostitution, drug addiction on a daily basis, and get to breathe during carnival, or looking forward to carnival, or during the year they dance for a living. And I'm not being cliche here, but it is really a sad reality to see how those people have this horrible living, and out of dancing, out of emotional empowerment through movement and through music and drumming, they can actually live their dreams and identity. And we're talking the real flash dance here. I'm talking about real lifeline. The schools, the samba schools, which organize carnival floats and groups and spectacles for each samba drumo parade on a yearly basis, also create enredos, which are songs for every school every year. They also come up with a theme every year, and it will come from a lot of artistic inspiration, as well as the history or the history of the school, a lot of nature. And it's amazing to see, if you just Google the spectacle, the vibrant parades they have out of, you know, nowhere, out of nothing, getting money, getting funding. I'm talking about millions for each parade, each school, every year. The 40 minutes of Samba Drumo, the dream, and then back to reality. And this is enormous work, because when I was with the London School of Samba, it's absolutely, I mean, this is a tiny fraction of what's involved in Brazil. But we had to make our costumes, we had to participate in the float, and we had to participate in dancing. Everybody was involved somewhere, and it really makes you think when you know that all year long these people are striving to make this beautiful light and feather and sequin show come true. If you think of all the darkness and the greyness they live through, and what beauty they extract from their imagination and their will to live and their resilience, the music and the dance they come up with from that horrible darkness and that horrible harsh reality, it makes you think. If you put yourself for 2 seconds in their minds and their the tawdry lifestyle, some of them, you have to really 100 times more appreciate what samba really is. Not just a pair of butt cheeks with sequins on, like most people understand what samba is. They just look for the bodies, and it's not that, really, is it? It's a whole lot more dignity, a whole lot more effort to survive, given 1,000,000 times over to the world, is what samba is. And I have a lot of respect for the Brazilian people, because not only are they physically great looking people, they have this great history, this great passion, and they represent what mankind should really be in harsh time, like the full potential of what somebody could do, could make of themselves out of resilience, imagination, out of striving. They really are the epitome of that excellence in mankind, that potential of blowing up beauty out of darkness.